Well, hey, it's Pat McDaniel with Second Mile Marketing, where we go the extra mile for your success. I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of A/B split testing and four crucial steps you're going to want to follow to really make this work for you. Um, we have found in our testing as we work with our clients on their AdWords campaigns that split testing is one of the huge levers that swings great results. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is that you want to come up with two very different ads. And what we do is we come up with what we call angles, ways to find something that resonates with the target searcher that we're going after. And so, for example, in here we have sometimes what's important to a client is your customer service or your timing, or it could be price, it could be your expertise, it could be your, um, you know, we call it, sort of a call to action, do something here, testimonials. And so what we do is we write up a whole bunch of different ads. Then after writing up all these ads, you want to make sure that they're very different. You want to pick two different angles entirely. So expertise being one ad and fast service being another ad, or um, uh, well, I mean, there's usually about a dozen or so that you pick. And then what we do at that point is we narrow down and we highlight the ones that we think are really good, and we'll get, based from our experience, get a better response. And then finally, out of that, we pick two of them. And again, make sure they're two different ads. One of the old adages that I've always appreciated is some businesses think that they're split testing 10 different ads, but they're actually split testing one ad 10 different times with slight variations. So pick two different angles to determine which one of these, if you will, salespeople are going to be able to convince more of your target searchers to come to your website because you're saying something that means something to them. Okay? And then once you find the angle that seems to be working out of the two, that's when you begin to work on the refinement process. And you can go through several iterations of angles before you come to, hey, this seems to be working pretty well. And I wanted to show you something that I thought was fascinating. I ran across this yesterday in our analysis, and it'll show you that sometimes even very minor changes can make a big difference in your ads. So please don't just slap up an ad and say it's, here, we just want to make sure people know we're out there. Well, you're going to get left behind. You've got to be smarter than your competition. Again, your first sale is to convince the target searcher to come to your site and not your competitor's site. So what we do, we begin to adjust and try a couple little variations. So here's one that I thought was really, really interesting. I want you to notice these two ads. They are virtually identical with only one small change. In the headline, this one says Atlanta Bounce Rentals. Okay, there's the operative word right there. This one says Bounce Rentals Atlanta. Now, if you were thinking about the fact that they seem synonymous to you, they seem synonymous to me, but the reality is look at the difference here between the results. This one got about an 8.5% response rate. This got a 16% response rate, almost double the response rate, okay? Which is really astounding when you think it's just a transposing of two words. But you don't know how a researcher is going to read that and what's going to ring their bell, and catch their attention, which is why you must test everything. I also want you to notice that the cost per click for the higher responding ad is less. So part of the beauty of if you do this right, you can get more for less. And one of the things that I say to prospective clients all the time is, they look at our fees and they say, gosh, I don't know if we can afford that. And I'm saying, well, we don't look at it in terms of it being an expense. We look at it in terms of it being able to, we have to be able to justify the return on your investment. If you spend X, but we can get you 3X, then and if you did it on yourself, did it by yourself, and you did X, spent X, but you got 1.5X in return, well, then it's more than worth it. And so there is a dynamic in Google where the more effective your campaign is, the less you pay, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so keep that in mind, that even small changes make big differences. Now, the next step you want to do is you want to make sure that that your test is statistically solid. So what I did was I put in the actual information here in a split testing tool to see if we have reached statistical certainty, if you will. And what they're saying is nope, no clear winner. And the reason is because you want to have a 95% certainty, and this one only has a 90% certainty. Um, and so you just need more numbers to statistically verify. And the reason I tell you this is because you don't want to go changing your ads immediately. Oh, hey, this one's ahead of the other one. Let's change them. It may not be, it may switch around in the other direction over time because you don't have enough certainty. Okay, so that's the third point you need to understand. Number one is you choose two very different angles for your split test. Number two, once you find the angle that works the best, you begin to refine it. Number three, make sure that the results that you have are statistically relevant, statistically verifiable. And then the final point that I want to make to you is just because you're getting more people to click on your ad is not necessarily the end all be all success. Because what's the most important thing to you? Is it to get somebody to come to your website, or is it to get somebody to take the action you want them to take, which is call you, email you, opt in, buy something, uh, take some sort of action on your website? And what we have found is that sometimes there are ads you can write that get more attention, more clicks, and we call them junk clicks. You actually pay to get people to your site, but they don't do anything. They're not a good fit for what you're trying to accomplish, and they're certainly not people that convert into actual leads or inquiries or sales. So at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that your ads are converting. Now, there are ways to track that, which I'll have to explain in another blog article, but you want to be able to say, this ad got us, 5% of the visitors from this ad turned into actual business, as opposed to this ad, which got twice as many people come to the site, but only 1% of them turned into business. So that's a crucial, crucial difference. So those are your 4 points. Let me just ask you, if you are using Google AdWords and you're not convinced that you're getting the best performance possible, feel free to give us a call at Second Mile Marketing. What we can do, at no cost to you, is to provide you a 25-point AdWords audit. And the AdWords audit is very, very thorough and very, very helpful because it goes through so many different things in your campaign. So as an example here, on this one we just did probably about a week ago, you see here we evaluate your target market, your scheduling, make sure your ads are showing up at the right times, your impression share, your conversion rates, your cost per conversion, your lost impression share. Are you using the right bidding options? Is your budget being used appropriately so you get the maximum number of good clicks? Your position, is it good? Are you overpaying because you're in the wrong position? Just goes on and on and on to evaluate these various areas to make sure that you are in fact getting top performance out of your campaign. This particular one, we gave them a score of 8, meaning 10 would be like tons of opportunity because there's a lot of things that are wrong with this campaign. 1 or 2 would be, hey, this is a really solid campaign, and we, by the way, have had campaigns we've looked at, and we've told them, this is a very solid campaign. It's set up right. It's doing well. We're, we can't help you. We're not here to take your money. We're here to try to find clients that we can help. So feel free to give us a call at Second Mile Marketing. We'd be happy to assist you. I hope this helps you when it comes to understanding the importance of um, A/B split testing your ads, and the four crucial steps to follow. This is Pat McDaniel, Second Mile Marketing. Thanks for watching.